It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Detroit Pistons. Looking at the Pistons, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. Hey, we'll be keeping an eye on Andre Drummond tonight. 9th overall pick back in 2012 out of UConn. Shaq, he's still a very young big with a lot of room to grow.
He's an incredible offensive and defensive rebounder, Ernie. One of the hardest box-out assignments in the league since Dennis Rodman.
You know what, though? Last year he started taking some shots outside of the paint, which was surprising but good. Opened up his game a little bit, but he's best when he's finishing at the rim.
That'll wrap it up for now. Let's go courtside, and we'll see you later.
Point guard, standing 6'2", number 22, Cameron Payne. At small forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 21, Andre Roberson. At the center position, at 7'0" inches, number 12, Steven Adams. At the other guard position, 6 feet 4 inches, number 5, Victor Oladipo. At the other forward position, standing 6'11", number 11, Enes Kanter. The head coach of your home team.
It's the Pistons, and they're doing business on the road. It's an interconference NBA matchup. The Thunder are looking to grab one for the home fans here in Oklahoma City before heading back out on the road. And, of course, Dion Waiters. He won't be an option for them.
Kevin, I thought he was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
You know, chemistry-wise, I agree with you, Clark, because he was a glue guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of held things together for them in a few areas, and so not having him around might take some getting used to.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Marcus Morris is out there with Tobias Harris, and it's Drummond in at center. Now, here's Oladipo. Playing Brooklyn, he was nearly unstoppable.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
And here now the Thunder. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Nearly flawless offensively from start to finish there, and really just an impressive win.
Yeah, really balanced team. We saw a little bit of everything from them, and just about all of that everything we saw worked.
Just 5 on the clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot from 11 feet away. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest.
Always nice to get the first lead of the game.
Yeah, I agree with you there because it, to me, is just much more comforting to play from the front than to be battling from behind.
Well, as you said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement, and Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assist and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Here's Payne. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn.
And Kevin, a remarkable night for him passing the basketball as well. He did a great job racking up the assists.
Now, here's Oladipo. That's good. Oladipo's got his first points of the game.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. Harris outside. Back to Drummond. 18 feet out. It's hauled in by Adams.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Payne with it. Guarded now by Jackson. They set the pick. Payne kicks to Oladipo. Pass to Adams. Back to Oladipo. With the shot. Kept alive. Adams, the pass to Roberson. And Oladipo kicks to Payne. Oladipo with a screen on Jackson. Back to Oladipo. Launches a three. And it's Oladipo again missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And it's denied. Here's Adams. Scored the basket. His second of 2 attempts. Pistons trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope.
Hey, guys, you know, Kentavious Caldwell Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a 2-guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
On the topic of Caldwell Pope, he's the kind of guy who needs a year to feel his way around. In college, Greg, you may recall he showed dramatic improvement between years 1 and 2. The same thing has been true in the pros.
Yeah, and he has everything going for him. I mean, excellent outside shot, tremendous defensive tools. He just needs to add some strength and stay in attack mode to reach the next level in his development.
One falls, so he hits both of them. Well, you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And guys, for the Thunder, listen, they're not a big market team. They've had to make sacrifices with money to stay competitive. They do a terrific job with the limitations that small market presents.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throws of the night, and the first one at the line is good.
And, you know, as we've seen, success in the NBA can come in a lot of different packages. I mean, it can't happen without the big free agent signing or spending. It helps to draft a guy like Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, for that matter.
Oladipo hits them both. And Victor Oladipo, after a solid rookie campaign, really took it up a notch last season, even after missing Clark the first 9 games with that facial fracture.
I love this kid's gravitas. I mean, he's got a presence about him. His percentages improved across the board, field goal, 3-point free throws. And I like his work ethic and his confidence.
Good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Kicks to Roberson. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter. In talking about Victor Oladipo's improvement, a lot of it has to do with his work ethic. Also, his pregame film study, something his college coach absolutely raved about. And all that showed up for him big time last season.
Morris with the bucket.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now here's Payne. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you know, back to Oladipo, we always talk about 5-star phenoms coming out of high school. He was just a 3-star guy. He's had to work for everything he's gotten, and I think that served him well. He's got a hunger and drive that you can't manufacture.
2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, and a big year for Enes Kanter last season. I mean, traded from the Jazz to the Thunder and finally saw the minutes that he was hoping for.
Good on both. And Kanter did play well with the increased minutes last season, Clark. Averaged a double-double after the trade.
I think it was a great fit for him in Oklahoma City. He still has work to do, but now that he feels like he's in the right environment, I think we're going to see that great potential of his start to come to fruition. Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Now here's Payne, guarded by Jackson. Offensive rebound. Payne kicks to Roberson. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Pistons trailed by 4. From deep. That's good. Jackson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Oladipo with a screen on Jackson. Oladipo outside. Kanter sets the pick for Oladipo. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Oladipo's got 7.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth, here we go.
They retain possession. Caldwell Pope dishes to Harris. Shot clock at 6. A second chance effort. And the shot no good, a bit short. The Thunder leading by 4. Oladipo goes in. Missed inside.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Drummond, and he takes a fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And Marcus Morris is nicknamed Mook. He has a twin brother, older by 7 minutes, named Markeith. Both brothers played at Kansas, drafted 13th and 14th in the same year. Eventually played for the same pro team. That is joined at the hip.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. And looking at the Morris brothers' careers through last season, the one area they haven't been joined at the hip in is in performance. Markeith has shown steady improvement over his first 4 years. Marcus Morris has had a very up and down start to his career.
And you know, Kevin, Marcus has talent. He has versatility. He just hasn't found his role. It's time for him to step out of his brother's shadow and really establish who he is as a player.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. Price with the ball. It's stolen by Smith. And now the Pistons fast break. Here's Lure. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And that'll tie this game up.
And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game.
Now here is Single. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And while we've got a moment, let's check out the best defenses in the NBA. Second, the Thunder.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
The Pistons have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Smith drives in. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
No, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Now, here is Smith. 9-point game his last outing. He kicks it to Lure. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Lure's got his second bucket.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
On the wing, Singlet. There's a screen. Morrow. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. The Pistons have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Cannot hit. Johnson with the defensive effort. The Pistons leading. He dishes it to Smith. Feeds to Bullock. Here's Marjanovic. And he banks in the layup. So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against the Heat.
And the thing I took away from that one was just how valuable their guys coming off the bench were.
I thought the reserves were the difference in the game, Greg. I mean, a lot of the scoring came from the bench.
He used that pick to get in close. Ilyasova's got his first 2 points of the night.
Ronnie Price delivering a nice dime.
Here's Bullock. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Smith, left side. Here's the screen. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And taking a look now at the stats for Johnson, how last month turned out for him, he's putting up about 8 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The free throw drops for Smith. Well, you look back on the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big three, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those 3 was able to finish the season.
And so he makes both from the line.
And listen, those injuries really did the Thunder in. I mean, at no time during the season did they ever really get a chance to gel and play any stretch of games with their entire roster.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
You know, every franchise will have a year that is just lost to injuries. I mean, it happens. The hard part of it for the Thunder is that it happened while so many of their stars are in their prime.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Detroit.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
And watching Nick Collison, he makes all the hustle plays, all the little plays, the things that really will not show up in a score sheet, stat sheet. For over a decade, he's had that role and embraced it.
And Kevin, the other thing he does as a veteran is a coach knows what he's going to get. He doesn't make the mistakes that some players make. And while he's not going to be a great scorer in the post or a high-flying rim protector, his game really is built on intelligence and toughness. And so positioning for charges, making open mid-range jump shots, all the unsung things that help a team win games.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
You know, on the topic of Nick Collison shooting, last season was his only real setback. Only shot 42% after having a career 54% shooting percentage. But he's up slightly in most other categories, especially the ones based on hustle and effort.
Detroit leading by 3.
And when you talk about Nick Collison, every team needs someone like him. He's focused, unselfish. He's that hard-nosed big with just enough skill to bite you when you forget about it. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
Yeah, you know, most teams have games where they wish they could get a mulligan or take it back. Well, last year, their one loss in this series was one I know they wanted back.
Come on, show your appreciation for the Thunder Girls.
Thunder trailing by 5. Price, the pass to Morrow. Now the dish to Collison. The feed to Singler. Collison with the screen for Singler. The three from Morrow. Rebound, Detroit. Johnson outside. Smith up top. He's covered by Singler. Back to Smith. Shot clock at 5. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. A shot by Johnson, no good.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And Reggie Bullock gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Price kicks to Singler. That's good, and it's Price with the assist. Singler's got his first bucket of the night.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long, the Gator program built by him. It'll be a big change. He had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took, remember that Greg the Magic job back in 2007?
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig, and Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida, and he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
Well, he's got to watch himself now. I mean, that's 2 fouls already, and he can't afford another one.
The Thunder shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Collison. They might be named after a car part, but the Pistons had a rough go of things on the road, Clark. They just, I had to use it. They just couldn't stay consistent away from home.
They couldn't. Only won 14 road games, and that number is not enough to get you to the playoffs.
And guys, for the Pistons' bad road record, a lot of it was due to their poor start on the road. Only managed to win 1 of their first 9 games, and that tends to take the confidence away from a young team.
Thunder trailing by 5. And it's Singler in the corner, expanding his range. That's good, and it's Price with the assist. Price has got 3 assists tonight. Price against Smith. 54 seconds left in the first. To the wing on the left. Second chance shot, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them. You know, the last thing I'll say about the Pistons on the road, typically you have to be close to 500 on the road in order to make the playoffs. The Pistons won 7 in a row at one point on the road, but by then they had fallen too far back.
That free throw, no good. Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
No good on the second free throw.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they didn't make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans have really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
Now here's Ilyasova. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. 6 to shoot. Price kicks to Collison. Singler for 3. They get it back. The Pistons leading. Ball stolen. He feeds it to Morrow. Collison dishes to Price. And here's Ilyasova outside. No good. Johnson. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Pistons lead by 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, got him outside of himself and toughened him up a little bit. No question about that. Wow, 18, that's mind-boggling.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
Canner is the power forward with Adams in the middle. Victor Oladipo is out there with Payne, and it's Roberson in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here on the second. Payne passes to Roberson. Dishes to Cantor. He nails it, and we're tied up. Cantor's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Thunder. The Pistons shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Morris, a screen. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Cantor. Pass to Payne. Kicks to Cantor. He dishes it to Adams. That puts them in the lead. Adams has got his 3rd basket of the night. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Here's Harris, following the score by Oklahoma City. Just 5 on the clock. Aldwell Pope. A 3-pointer, no good.
And he made sure not to just draw the foul. That was good defense out on the perimeter.
Very good. He's a thinking man's defender. Knows how to bother even the best shooters without being overly aggressive.
And the shot is good.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. A clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
Payne can't hit.
How about him there, just bodying him up to make him alter the trajectory on that shot?
Definitely some very sound defense played on that trip.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And Morris comes over to help. And it's sent back by Drummond. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. Passes it to Caldwell Pope. Here's Drummond. That misses off the backboard. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping. but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx. But I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
That free throw good from Oladipo.
You know, for Drummond last season, his numbers were relatively the same. The expectations placed on him were so hard for him to live up to. Maybe now those will be tempered a bit and he'll play better.
Oladipo hits them both.
And another thought on Drummond, a lot more was expected of him last year, and he saw more attention. Even though his numbers were close to the same, I really felt his impact on the floor was not.
Now here's Jackson. He's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game. And it's good. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter, with about 3 minutes gone by, the pass to Payne. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Payne's got his first points in this one. Pistons trail by 3. Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Outside Jackson. There's the pick. Harris up top. Off the pick. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Payne. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And Roberson kicks to Cantor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. It's Drummond, high post. Jackson has the open look. They get it again. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And, guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, you know, his reputation. Clark grinding away 100% effort all the time.
And, you know, Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
And the Thunder with the possession here. After the basket by Detroit, Oladipo for 3, and he gets it to go. Oladipo's got 12.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
On the wing, Jackson. Pass to Drummond. He kicks to Morris. Pistons passing it around. Jackson, that's good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Oladipo. And it's sent back by Drummond. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Cantor with the screen on Jackson. Oladipo outside. Cantor sets the pick for Oladipo. It's up a 3. Another miss by Oladipo. The Pistons have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Well, last season the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
look for Oklahoma City. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Cantor. Morrow comes in for Victor Oladipo. And Ronnie Price has subbed in for Payne. And a switcher also for Detroit. Lure's checked in. And here's Price. Just 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Oklahoma City gets it back. Ilyasova up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Here's Lure. 17 points for him last game against Miami. Jackson misses.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Wasted no time on that one. Ilyasova's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Detroit's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Jackson dishes to Harris. To the inside. And it's Drummond with the jam. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
You know what? Can you believe there have been 7 lead changes already, guys?
Wow.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Now, here's Price. Ilyasova, a screen on Jackson. There's a screen. 5 to shoot. Feeds it to Adams. The dish to Price. And he overshot that one, missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face. And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Here's Morrow. A 17-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn. Outside Jackson. To the middle. Here's Drummond. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
Their turnovers are really prominent. I know they're leading, but eventually it's going to catch up to them if they keep wasting possession.
Undisciplined with the ball leads to unforced turnovers. No doubt about it.
Nick Collison's checked in for the Thunder. Singler comes in for Andre Robertson. Thunder trailing by 3.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measures 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friend.
The Pistons have gone 8 of 14 in the second quarter on field goal attempts. Smith, no luck. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. The feed tomorrow. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Smith kicks to Bullock. No good. Great D that time from Collison. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Collison with a screen on Smith. It's stolen by Smith. Here's Johnson. Smith against Price. Here's Marjanovic on the wing. Johnson. Another shot and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And guys, he's not the tallest or most imposing wing player, but Stanley Johnson has incredible strength and really unmatched confidence. One reason why so many were high on him in the draft.
And for Johnson out of Arizona, Greg, his strength, as you were talking about, is his biggest asset. Helps that he has this incredible arm span. And Clark, you know what? He told me he likes to play the 2K game.
Yeah, he does enjoy that. He likes to play the real game, too, because he's hyper-competitive, and I think he's got a chance to be a superb defender at the NBA level.
And Johnson drops them both.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Now here's Price. Here's Collison. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Like you just said, the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. But they went 15 and 29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
And stolen by Singler. Price against Smith. Price outside. Ilyasova, screen on Smith. Dishes it to Ilyasova. Shot clock at 5. Here's Price. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Now that's a killer crossover. The defender got totally shook up by that move.
Smith kicks to Lewis. And that one is hammered home.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics, because this game is still yet to be determined.
Here's Singler after the basket by Detroit. 59 seconds left in the second quarter. Smith kicks to Lewis. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
So it's the Thunder now, following the bucket by the Pistons. And here's Price from beyond the arc. He makes that one drop, only a second, 5 tries.
Really good job of creating just enough space to let that one fly.
Smith up top, guarded by Price. Smith the pass to Lewis. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. So far in the game, he's 0 of 2 at the line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low number.
And it's really baffling. I don't know how he lost his touch at the line so dramatically, guys. I mean, and it happened quickly as well. He's nowhere close to what he shot from the line last season.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Enes Kanter's checked in for Ilyasova. Victor Oladipo comes in for Anthony Morrow. And it's Payne in for Price. And he's good on the second. There's 21 seconds left now here in the second. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That's his first foul.
Marcus.
17 seconds left in the first half of the game. Now Oladipo. 12 points for him. There's a screen by Kanter. From deep. No good on that last second attempt there. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. It's Detroit leading by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, their passing was impressive. They're in a good position to win this game, in large part because of those assists. And this is the thing. You win as a team in this league. You have to share the basketball to succeed. And if they carry that level of unselfishness in the second half, they're going to be tough to beat.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Well, the low turnovers really stood out to me. They didn't get loose with it or make silly passes. Nothing was forced. They had a nice flow to the offense. Guys knew where to be on the floor. That's the heads-up style of play they need to bring in the second half.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Harris is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Harris. Shot is off. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. Payne kicks to Roberson. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Detroit leading by 3. Morris outside. Here's Caldwell Pope. A three-pointer, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Cantor. And terrific work on the offensive glass when he picks up 2.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Payne in the post. Guarded by Jackson. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Detroit's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Drummond the screen. He feeds it to Caldwell Pope. Buries the long-range jumper. Caldwell Pope's got 8 points.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him. Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. And Roberson pulls it down.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-over. You got to finish the job.
And stolen by Harris. One-on-one here. Here's Jackson. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts in Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook. Westbrook comes back, sends Jackson to the bench. Then Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter in Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
Now getting back to Jackson, he showed several times last season that he has that starter ability. The Thunder knew they wouldn't have the money to re-sign him, Clark, in free agency, so they traded him to avoid losing him for nothing.
Yeah, that's a good move, and with the Pistons, Jackson finished the season strong, while the Thunder, without Jackson or Durant's contributions, missed the playoffs for the first time in years.
Pistons leading by 5. It's Drummond, top of the key. Left side, Harris. Taken away. Now here's Payne. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. The Thunder have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. To the paint. Looking for Adams. He gets it there. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Reggie Jackson had made some noise about wanting a big contract to be moved last year. Ultimately, he was traded to Detroit.
Yep, Kevin traded from the Thunder to the Pistons, and it actually happened on deadline day.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Morrow comes in for Victor Oladipo. And Ronnie Price has subbed in for Payne. John Lure, he's checked in for Detroit. Thunder trailing by 5.
And if you go back, remember Jackson struggled with the Pistons last year as well. So the team went on a losing streak as soon as he got there.
Here's Roberson. Here's Morrow. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Price against Jackson to the right side. Price outside. Here's Adams. That's it, coming off an assist from Price. Price has got 5 assists tonight.
And Jackson will look for a fresh start this season. I mean, hard to play with all the drama and questions going in your head about pending free agency.
And the basket by Harris.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now, here's Price. He has 5. And Roberson kicks to Price. Ilyasova, a screen on Jackson. Stolen by Jackson. Harris dishes to Jackson. Another 3 for Detroit. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Here's Adams. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Adams has got 8 here in the quarter.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Outside Jackson to the inside. Well poked.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
There's a good screen. Here's Morrow. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game, and he's able to get it back. 5 on the clock. Here's Price. Rebound, Detroit. Lure's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Kicks it to Jackson. Jackson is doubled. It's from it, high post. And Harris wide open. He shoots, and another 3 for Detroit.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Morrow, the pass to Ilyasova. Jackson against Price. There's a good screen. Tries it from 19. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And the Thunder had plenty of reason to be down last year because of the injuries. A big place that had hit them was on offense. They just were not the same absent mainly Kevin Durant.
Pull up Jay, and the basket by Morrow. Morrow's got his second basket of the night.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Lure. Pass to Harris. It's stolen, and there's a call on Tobias Harris. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Collison comes in for Adams, and Kyle Singler subbed in for Roberson. Thunder trailing by 11. Collison with a screen on Smith. Price dishes to Collison. Morrow kicks to Ilyasova. Here's the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good from Price.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Here's Johnson. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, if you're going to give them layups, there's no way you're going to get back in this game.
Now, here's Price. He has 5. He dishes it to Ilyasova. Doubled by Smith. Price, the pass to Morrow. Good on the three-point shot. Morrow's got 5 points in the quarter.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
Passes it to Lure. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Thunder trailing by 12. Price kicks to Morrow. The pass to Collison. And it's Lure with the rebound. Lure's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And he gets the bucket. Bullock's got his first bucket of the night.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Now, here's Price. Ilyasova, a screen on Smith. Price kicks to Singler. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Here's Bullock. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Bullock's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Pistons leading by 16. Inside, here's Smith. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
From deep, Morrow. Detroit with the rebound.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference. Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Here's Morrow. He's got 7. Pass to Singler. Oklahoma City moving it around. Johnson over to help. Collison gets a wide open look. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
Here's Lure. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
So far in the game for Lure, 8 rebounds and also a block shot. He's giving them just what they would have hoped for today.
Even more, I'd say.
And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first. A different look for Oklahoma City. Cantor checked in for Ilyasova. Victor Oladipo comes in for Anthony Morrow. And it's Payne in for Price. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Morris is checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Oladipo with the ball. Now Smith defending. Here's Payne. Sweet little floater.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
1:09 left in the third. Now here is Smith. Tight defense on him. Morris right side. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his third personal foul.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
The Pistons have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Pistons making a change here. Drummond's checked in. And he can't hit the second. Thunder trailing by 20. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something, you're right. Payne gets a wide open look, and a miss there on the triple. Detroit's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Bullock kicks to Drummond. The 3 from Johnson. Feeds it to Bullock, and stolen by Payne. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. Thunder shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Oladipo outside. There's the pick. He kicks it to Singler. The dish now to Payne. Now the feed to Oladipo. Cantor sets the pick for Oladipo. Shot clock at 5. Cantor with it. Guarded now by Morris. Cantor's shot is off. From deep, Johnson. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Pistons ahead, running away with it. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And the Thunder with the possession here. Cantor is the power forward with Adams in the middle. Payne out there with Victor Oladipo. And it's Roberson in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Now, here's Oladipo. And Morris comes over to help. Payne dishes to Roberson. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 6th rebound on the night.
And that'll increase their rebound advance. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Here's Oklahoma City now. Payne kicks to Cantor. Dishes to Oladipo.
And the Executive of the Year award is an odd one. I mean, given yearly to the executive that was deemed to have had the best year with their roster, that is perhaps the hardest thing to evaluate.
Here's Jackson after Enes Kanter's basket. Jackson kicks to Drummond. The drive by Jackson, and that one's good.
That's outstanding hang time improvisation right there.
Jackson's gotten 5 of his 9 attempts to go. And for the Executive of the Year award, it's hard to evaluate because for GMs, Clark, it takes years of moves to reach a certain point.
Yeah, it's an annual award, but it's awarded for years of decisions, if that makes any sense. One big signing or trade isn't quite enough to win the award.
And that one's good.
It makes up for a lack of speed with just tremendous effort and hustle on that play.
He feeds it to Harris. Back to Jackson. Payne grabs the board. Thunder trailing by 20. Oladipo outside. Cantor with a screen on Harris. And Oladipo kicks to Cantor. No good. And the Pistons now going the other way. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That'll be the second of this two-game road trip. Jackson, that's good.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Now here's Payne. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And one priority for the commissioner this year was how the schedule worked. There were complaints about too many back-to-back games, and it was something everybody wanted to improve upon.
Oladipo. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Greg, as you said, the NBA schedule was something that needed change. Players were getting worn out with all the back-to-back games, Clark. You've been through it, you know firsthand.
And it's not just the back-to-back games, Kevin. It's the 4 games in 5 nights or the 7 in 10 days. The league office knows the NBA is at their best when teams are rested. And kudos to the league for doing something about it.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
Pistons leading by 20. Here's Caldwell-Pope. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Payne kicks to Cantor. Here's Roberson. There's a screen by Cantor. A wide open look here for Oladipo. Cans it from downtown.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Caldwell-Pope. Kicks it to Drummond. Here's Jackson. They grab their own miss. Thunder trailing by 19. Oladipo, the pass to Payne. Cantor with a screen on Jackson. Payne with it, guarded now by Jackson. He was all alone on that one. And that's now 20 points for Victor Oladipo.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Jackson kicks to Caldwell-Pope. Jackson dishes to Caldwell-Pope. Fires from deep. Harris misses. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. And Cantor, wide open. He shoots. It's no good. He is 4 for 10 in the game. Down low, here's Caldwell-Pope. Thunder with the rebound. Oladipo's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And there's a call on Tobias Harris. Here's Roberson. Can't hit. Some solid defense from Harris.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Here's Jackson, and Cantor pulls it down. Thunder trailing by 16. Payne with it, and the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's foul number 2 for him. And so here is Oklahoma City. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Adams' shot is off.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here's Payne, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Payne passes to Oladipo. He dishes it to Adams. Here's Cantor. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Harris to the paint. Outside for Jackson. Fires for 3. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's foul number 2 for him. Thunder trailing by 18. Payne kicks to Cantor. They set the pick. Pass to Adams. Shot clock at 6. Payne dishes to Cantor. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
Pistons leading by 16. Morris a screen. Throws it up high, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Oklahoma City's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Passes to Cantor. Oklahoma City moving it around. Oladipo misses.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Now here's Jackson. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take-no-chance slam by the big fella.
Payne passes to Cantor. And Roberson kicks to Oladipo. There's a screen by Cantor. Oladipo goes in. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Harris. And the pass to Morris. Outside Jackson takes a 3. But they'll get another chance. Out to Harris. Here's Drummond. Good. And Harris gets the assist. 16 points for Andre Drummond.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
They set the screen. Payne dishes to Oladipo. There's a screen by Cantor. Clock at 6. Oladipo, the pass to Cantor. And the foul called on Marcus Morris.
Yeah, the NBA Development League now celebrating its 15th anniversary and a lot of change over that time. None of the original 8 teams still playing in their original locations. Still, it's only growing. And I think we'll see it grow to 30 teams before long.
Detroit making a switch here. Smith has checked in. Now, here's Oladipo. There's a screen by Cantor. Pass to Payne. 5 on the clock. From downtown. Rebounded by the Pistons. Drummond's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Greg, you're talking about the D-League. Not really a moneymaker yet, but it's really benefited, Clark, the NBA in so many ways.
Clearly has, Kevin, a place to train new players, officials, and executives or management, a way to test out possible rule changes. I think building revenue is the focus, though, and the players make a small salary, but the NBA Developmental League is helping the NBA be better. Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
And it's been the difference. That's what's enabled them to build such a big lead, no doubt about it.
And the Thunder pushing it up now. Robertson can't hit.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Smith kicks to Morris. Smith outside. It's stolen by Oladipo. And the Thunder pushing it up now. And the layup's good off the glass.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Now, here is Smith. Harris with it. Now guarded by Payne. Smith dishes to Caldwell Pope. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Checking out the game Kentavious Caldwell Pope has had. He's got 14 points, and he's knocked down a pair of 3-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second. Thunder trailing by 19. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside and start protecting the rim. Yeah, they were getting winded. Good call here to give them a quick breather.
Adams against Drummond. Oladipo, the pass to Payne.
Shooting 2.
All right now, gentlemen. 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And he sinks the second. And here's Smith. Feeds to Drummond. Back to Smith. He kicks it to Morris. The 9-foot shot, and the basket good. A bank shot that time. And the Pistons lead by 20.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that, it has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
Here's Caldwell Pope. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter of this one, and that one's good. Drummond.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Clearly, they've been outclassed in the paint, really at both ends of the floor. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pistons.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And in a 2-game season series, you love taking charge of game 1. That's obvious, and exactly what they're doing here tonight against the Thunder.
And one of the league's truly special talents making his mark. Once again, another great performance for Drummond. You can set a tone with defense, and that's exactly what he did with how he protected the rim.
Now, here is Smith. The dish to Caldwell Pope. Harris kicks to Drummond. Pistons passing it around. 6 to shoot. Shoots from the right block. Morris, no good. Now Oladipo. Payne dishes to Adams. And the rejection by Smith. And they'll keep possession. Oladipo, good.
It's starting to look like a repeat of last night, guys. He's battling really hard out there.
The feed now to Morris. Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that about wraps it up for Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Andre Drummond. He really came out of the gates with a nice rhythm, hitting his first 3 shots to get his team going.
Well, Andre Drummond asserted himself in a big way in this game. He is a terrifying presence, and tonight he was fully motivated and engaged. His rebounding on both ends of the court has always been sensational. The man was just a monster in the paint.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.